You talked about, when you released the patent, about how quickly we kind of need to get our act together to forestall real climate problems.
Right.
And it seems to me with the political system the way that it is, that really the only hope is just an incredible explosion in innovation.
Yeah.
What are how hopeful are you about that explosion of innovation? What are the obstacles you see, given that you're working at the frontier of battery capacity and all this stuff?
Yeah, I think that the biggest concern I have is the sheer size of the industrial base that is based on gasoline or diesel sort of fossil fuels. The fact that there's 2 billion vehicles on the roads worldwide. There's 100 million new gasoline cars made a year. Even if all new cars were electric, it would take 20 years to change out the fleet. And of course, we're very far from all new cars being electric. That's what gives me a lot of concern about the future from a climate perspective. We're quickly exhausting the carbon capacity of the oceans and atmosphere, but we're not quickly moving towards electric cars or
It's funny, you sound more pessimistic than I would have imagined you. Like, I would imagine that you're professionally optimistic because you're doing something.
I would say I'm a naturally optimistic person.
Right. I mean, you're doing something that, you'd have to be an optimist to start an electric car company, basically. Yes. Or to start a space company, or to start a solar company, right? What will it take to basically have the next 10 years of, say, solar and electric renewable energy look like the last 10 years of smartphone development?
I'd love to say that that's even possible, and I'd love to say it's possible, but the thing that's difficult to appreciate, well, I suppose if people think about it for a moment, maybe it's not that hard. It's the sheer size of the economy that depends on hydrocarbons.
Right.
It's truly staggering, to consider. So the number of factories that have to be built to produce batteries and electric cars, produce solar panels, it's enormous. If you think of all the oil fields and the gas fields and the refineries, and you're trying to replace that infrastructure, which is trillions of dollars. So it would be difficult for us to move too fast, but at the same time, if we said like, okay, let's go as fast as possible, which we're certainly not going, it would still take a long time. So that's the thing that I guess makes me a little bit concerned, or maybe more than a little bit concerned about the future, is that the vast amount of infrastructure that has to change.
The legacy stuff that's all just sitting
it's just
there.
So big.
Yeah, it's so big.
Do
you think that we are properly, that right now the market and the educational system is properly allocating talent into the areas that we need? Because it strikes me that right now, when Instagram sells for billions of dollars and you can make an iPhone game app that makes a lot of money, or go sell mortgage-backed securities, that we're not necessarily getting people to go do things like solve the really tough problems having to do with solar engineering or battery capacity that are going to be the thing we need to solve, or even carbon sequestration to make this problem solvable. Yeah,
I think it's a tough thing. The biggest problem that we have right now is that we have a breakdown in the market system. Now, I'm ordinarily quite a big believer in the market, because the market is just the sum of individuals' decisions. But when there's a breakdown in the information mechanism of the market, that's where things go awry. Because there's no price on carbon emissions, it makes things that are carbon producing very rewarding, because the true price is not being paid. So if you're a petrochemical engineer, you can earn a tremendous amount of money, but you shouldn't really be earning that huge amount of money, because the market mechanism is broken. It's a classic economics problem, tragedy of the commons, or
the atmosphere that we all have. That
you see this in international fishing stocks, where there's no since no one sort of owns that particular fishing area, it'll get fished to extinction, and because there's no price for that. So there's no price for carbon. So we do all these things that cause long-term damage.